Hi everyone. Today is a huge day for Real Madrid fans. It's not just because we won today. It's because last few days, even weeks, Barca players, Barca staffs, Barca presidents all were talking about Real Madrid. So today we are going to react to the pundits as well as performance of this match.
Give me your overriding thoughts, Craig.
He's dropped Sidlow. I think that graphic told a great story. Real Madrid did much more with less possession, were much more of a threat with less possession, and defended much better than they had in the Madrid derby and some of the games recently. Just over 30% of the ball. And I think most of that was probably the second half, where it did go towards Barcelona as Real Madrid dropped off a little bit. First half was probably a little bit more equal. But I thought they were always the bigger threat. I thought they exposed the high line, particularly in the first half. It's a couple of very close offsides. I thought they were very strong in the middle of the park. I think Militao marshalled the back four, were the better side. They were the better organised. They were the bigger threat. They created more chances with much less of the ball, and I think deserved the 3 points.
So Craig was talking about the statistics, particularly possession and XG, which Barca fans love, which we don't care as much as like Barca fans. However, the XG, as ESPN showed earlier, 3.6 something, and Barca has like 1. It's like almost 4 ratio. That's tell you a lot of stories that Real Madrid was far better than Barcelona, especially at first half. But we'll tackle that later. We'll talk about the performance later. Let's talk about Jamal's comment. Before this match, Jamal's been talking about a lot about Real Madrid, a lot of big talk, and this is not the first time he talked about Madrid. Every time he plays any big match, he'll shit talk about that team. He talked badly about Portugal and they lost it, and he talked badly about PSG and they lost it. And today is no exception. Here's the thing, I have no problem opposition or rival player making some banter about opposition team. But there's a boundary. There should be some respect. For example, this happened even before. Like when we had the biggest rivalry during Mourinho era or even Jesus era, like Xavi, even many Alves, they all talked about Real Madrid. However, one thing that they never did is cross the line. They never crossed the boundary. They never disrespected Real Madrid. Jamal, however you say his name, is not like that. This guy is out of this world. Like he has no class. I mean, this classless is not just from him. His whole family has this problem. His mother is raising money to meet his fans, and his father is collecting all kind of prostitutes. So it's not abnormal behavior from him, given he's learning from his families. However, why I'm so happy, so content because of our performance today? He absolutely did nothing. Carrera's pocket. Look for Carrera's pocket today. Yamal is inside his pocket.
I have no issue in telling you that this first 45 minutes by Real Madrid were the best 45 minutes that they played under Xabi Alonso. The totality of the game on Real Madrid in the first 45 minutes was really impressive. Now, we know full well what Kylian Mbappe can do. We saw Vini Jr. very active, Jude Bellingham active as well. He's the one that assists for the goal by Kylian Mbappe. But what was most impressive, and why I say it was the best performance that we have seen from Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso in those 45 minutes, is the intensity with which they press the ball. They did not perhaps win the first challenge, but the second challenge, you have Tchouaméni flying and cleaning somebody out. And what we saw was the potential of what Real Madrid can do and can be when they're all together working defensively. When they're all pressing the ball. I thought it was an impressive performance from Real Madrid, certainly in the first half. The second half, the dynamics of the game changed naturally, but the first half of Real Madrid today, again, was the best first 45 minutes that we have seen of Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso.
We've brought some...
Absolutely. I totally agree with LA. This is probably the best first half from Xabi Alonso's Madrid. This is so important because after Atletico match, even last match against Juve, I was absolutely critical against Xabi's tactics, even some of his decision making. But today, even before the match, even looking at the lineup, I'm like, wow, that's incredible lineup. This is a game plan from a coach who knows what to do, who has something tactics in mind, which we did not see last season. For example, inclusion of Kama, and we can discuss later what Kama plays later, but having more midfielders mean that you will have more physicality, and that's the most important characteristic if we want to win against Barca. Being said, the last few seasons, especially last season, when we lost to Barca, our main issue was that we wanted to win less than Barca players. But today, that's not the case. As LA said, we had the intensity that was totally missing last season. Today, our players played as a team. Everyone wanted more. They wanted to win the duel. They wanted to win the ball. They wanted to do tackle. They did everything they needed to do. In fact, the first half performance alone, even the score is only 2-1 today, the win is very low. Just by the performance first half alone, we could win at least by 4 goals. That's how good Real Madrid was today. It's not a rocket science. If you want to beat Barca, all you need to do, loft a pass, give a simple throw pass, and you'll get something. We know that. We have seen against Girona. We have seen that against Sevilla. So why can't Real Madrid do it? And today, we had a game plan, and that's why we won today. Being said that the tactical masterclass is probably first half performance by Xabi, we have to discuss it because we cannot just blame him when it doesn't work. When it does work, we have to talk about it. Having Kama, like at times Kama was playing on the right mid, even right wing. I'm like, what? I was texting my friend, like what's going on? Kama is playing at the right wing position and he plays superb today. Like he was winning the balls, he was distributing, he plays superb in my opinion. And then Jude Bellingham, oh my god. The pass, the through pass to Mbappe was just scintillating. Those the pass I was talking about from Jude Bellingham. And then Mbappe. Oh my god, this guy, insane form. Like, if not for the VAR, that goal that was taken out, that'd be one insane goal. Probably one of the best goal contender of the season.
No, I totally agree. I think we all seen the same game. The first 45, I think the Real Madrid look a lot more dangerous. I think that once again, Xabi, and we've been talking about what Xabi could bring to this Real Madrid side, and that is structure. We saw a very solid Real Madrid, and not giving much to Barcelona, not leaving spaces for the players who can be dangerous on the wide areas, and even those links in between the lines that they like to do, or passes to try to arrive to the best position near the area. And again, he got it right in the middle of the park. At the end, when you are ahead, when you play against Real Madrid and they get ahead, it's very difficult to play against because you have to commit players forward, you leave space at the back, and then you are going to be in trouble. So Barcelona didn't have enough creativity up front. They are missing important players. We talked about them, and today it was shown that when Lewandowski is not there, when Rafinha is not there, when Lamine Yamal, that I think that didn't show up today much as we've seen it before. Barcelona struggled so much to create chances.
Thank you.
So in my last video reaction of Juve's game, I said that this is the real first test for Xabi. And guess what? He passed the real test. Another real test was against Atletico Madrid, which he lost it. But today, he showed us that he has some tactics. He has some game plan. And this is what we were missing. In fact, I saw a stat, I think yesterday, that where you see the Real Madrid coaches have won against Barca in their first match. And aside from Zizou, no one has won it. And today, Xabi, on his first El Clasico in the La Liga, won for us. So this is second. That's how rare it is. And here's the biggest point from today. It's just 10 matches in La Liga so far. And we're already 5 points above Barcelona. So this win was so vital. If we want to win La Liga, we had to win. We had no other option. No draw, no loss, only win. And we have done that. And thanks to Xavi's tactics and thanks to our players, they were superb today. Everyone played their game today. Also, another important point we have to discuss. Because This could be we won today, we're happy, all done, that's it, right? No, Vinny's tantrum. Okay, Vinny was taken out, I think 72 or 3 minutes if I'm not mistaken. That was mostly because of a tactical decision. One thing we noticed, the first half Vinny was defending so well. He was helping at the defense. But going to second half, he was slacking. He wasn't helping defense as much. So Xabi had to do some change. He thought, okay, let's take out Vinny, maybe put Rodrigo, he will help defensively. That's the only reason I can think of because of this tactical change. Again, this is not 50 minutes. This is 72, 3 minutes. This was normal. During Zizou era, we have seen Bale, we have seen Isco, we have seen James. They used to get subbed out around this time. This is normal. If coach thinks there needs to be some decision making, there needs to be some tactical substitutes, that's how it should be. Vinny, being a professional player, cannot behave like this. Yes, I have to agree that he was fantastic today. He was causing a lot of problems to Barca. We have to give credit to Vinny. He always shows up against Barca, except from last season. However, his behavior, his attitude is not Real Madrid's level. And the only guy I have to blame for this kind of behavior, Carlo Ancelotti. He totally pampered him so much so that his ego, his arrogance is beyond touchable. Now let's talk about some of the key performance today. The best player for me for Real Madrid was Militao. See, a player who had two back-to-back ACL injury, I never thought Militao would be the best defender for Real Madrid. Once he came back, I thought he's gone, he's washed. There's absolutely no way Militao is getting the first starting 11. Boy, I was so wrong. Like not just me, a lot of Real Madrid fans said the same. That Militao is gone. Our starting center back would be Rudiger and then Huysen. And Huysen wasn't good. He has a lot of mistakes today. But our best defender today, even in general this season, whole season, so far for me is Militao. And then Carrera's performance against Atletico, he was so poor. I was questioning all the hype we saw for Carreras. What was that? And today he showed why there is hype for him. He totally pocketed Yamal. Yamal could not do a single thing because of his presence. He was so good defensively. He was so good how to block the pass, how to tackle, when to make the right decision. The only weakness from Carreras' point of view, what I notice is the passing in the final third. Like I haven't seen any good, decent crossing from him. That's the only weakness. However, defensively, he was just perfect today. Next, as much as it was one of best game by Xabi, and probably the best performance from coaching points of view, 2-1 win against Barca that we were struggling to win last season, and now we have beaten them for the first time, and which helped us to go top of the table by 5 points. There was some weakness today. For example, first half tactics was superb, right? But second half tactics, subs, I just felt everything was off. Taking out one of our best performers, like Vinny, wasn't good for me. Second, and then bringing Brahim Diaz, who was not playing good at all. To me, that did not make any sense at all. Our midfield control almost non-existent towards the end of the second half. The only reason Barca has some hope for comeback is because of our bad substitution and some bad game management. Being said that, that's the only weakness from Xabi's point of view. Other than that, everything we have done so far today was just on point. I have no complaint. In fact, I'm so happy because, okay, score is 2-1. Yeah, there's some regret. We could not have smashed Barca because Girona almost could have smashed Barca. Sevilla smashed Barca. We could also have done it, but we didn't. There's some regret for sure. And there are moments today, like first half, we could have done it and we didn't. But that's not the biggest point for me. For me, the biggest point is our performance. Like our performance was so good today. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about today's game. Anything about this game in the comment section below.